Hello, we'd like to look at some questions regarding quadratics. Alright, let's get started here. First question. Here we have to solve this one by extracting the square root, and then exact answer and also decimal answer. Decimal answer we'll do by using the calculator. So first, in order to get rid of the square, we have to take the square root of both sides. Then we end up getting x plus 2 will be equal to plus or minus square root of 12. Now, if you have to simplify this one, this becomes plus or minus 2 square root of 3, as we have learned in algebra 2. Now, then to have x by itself, we have to subtract 2, then we get x equals 2 plus 2 radical 3, or 2 minus 2 radical 3. So we end up having two answers. Alright. Negative 2, I'm sorry, because we subtracted 2 from both sides. Now if you have to put that into the calculator, for example, so first one is negative 2 plus 2 radical 3. That becomes this number. And second, negative 2 minus 2 radical 3. And then they mentioned it to the round to 2 decimal places, so we end up getting 1.46 or negative 5.46. So those two becomes our answer. Number 21. Now, in order for you to solve this one by completing the square, first step which we can do is we can take away this term by subtracting 2 from both sides. Then you get x squared plus 6x blank equals negative 2. Now what do we need as a third term? There will be the half of the coefficient of x and then square that. So half of 6 becomes 3, square that becomes 9. So we're going to add 9 to both sides. Then here on the left side becomes x plus 3 square. And then right side becomes 7. Now, then x plus 3 would have been, by taking the square root, of plus or minus square root of 7. Then x becomes negative 3 plus or minus square root of 7. Square root of 7. That becomes our final answer. Alright, let's look at number 41 here. They want us to use a quadratic formula here. Then we can subtract 7 both sides, so we end up getting 4x squared plus 4x minus 7 equals to 0. Now, then here we go. X equals negative 4, negation of this one, plus or minus square root of b squared, which is 4 squared minus 4 times a, which is equal to 4, c, which is equal to negative 7, all over 2. Now, then what is that equal to? Negative 4 plus or minus square root of this becomes 16, and this becomes plus 4 times 4 becomes 16 times 7. I believe that it becomes 112 divided by 2. Now, then this simplifies to negative 4 plus or minus square root of this becomes 128 divided by 2. If you have to simplify this one further, we realize let's try to simplify this one. We can break this one down into 4, then we end up getting 32. Then here we end up getting 16 and then 2. So we end up getting this is equal to negative 4 plus or minus 4 comes out, 2 comes out, so we have 8 square root of 2 over 2. Once again, if you have to simplify this one further, we get 2 can cancel out all 3 numbers, so we end up getting negative 2 plus or minus 4 square root of 2. That becomes our final answer. Alright, now, next. We need to find all real solutions and check the answer using the graphing calculator. So here, first we can factor out x. Then we have x squared minus 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. Now we can factor this one further. We end up getting x minus 3 and x plus 1 is equal to 0. Now, then in order for this one to be equal to 0, then we could have 3 places. X can equal to 0, all x can equal to 3 here, all x can equal to negative 1. Now let us try to use the calculator then. Here, I'm gonna say x to the third power minus 2x squared minus 3x. Since I want to set the values around 0, 3, and then negative 1, I'm going to set the window as negative 5 to 5. And then zoom fit. That tells us oh, 0 right over here. And then obviously these are the values. Let's cut off the windows. Maybe negative 10, and maximum is positive 10. How about that? If you go for the 0 function of the calculator, then you will see that, but as you can see, this is negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, which matches with our solution. Alright, let's go for the next question. Here. If you have to factor this one, you will realize that, well, you can even assume that x squared will be equal to a. Then when you square both sides, x to the fourth will be equal to a squared. Using this one into the equation, then we end up getting a squared minus 10a plus 9 equal to 0. In other words, this is a minus 9 times a minus 1 equal to 0. But a was equal to x squared. In other words, this becomes x squared minus 9 times x squared minus 1 is equal to 0. This is factorable once again. We end up having x plus 3, x minus 3, and x plus 1, x minus 1 is equal to 0. Then what do you realize about x? X can be equal to negative 3 or positive 3 from here, and negative 1 and positive 1. So 4 of them are our answers. To check with our graphing calculator, I'm going to clear that, and x to the fourth power minus 10x squared and plus 9. And let's see what we end up getting. Haha. As you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, negative 3, positive 3. You can see that right over there. And negative 1 and positive 1. Therefore, those becomes our answer. Alright, that's it. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.